Hello everyone, this is Maayan sebbag and I'm here with you on the second part of how to alchemize your life story. So we had the first part with alchemize your life story, and there I talked about how to get rid of the victimized, very low energy, um, uh, blaming question of why. Why did it happen to me? Why, God, did you do it to me? And I gave you a task to write intuitive writing, everything that's coming up and out on the page, and just write all the bad feelings, all the frustrations, all the fears, all the doubt, all the everything. Just put it on page. I hope you did it, and I hope you would succeed to burn it and to bring on the four beautiful healing sentences from the Ho'oponopono healing method that origin in Hawaii. The four sentences: one, you saying it to yourself. I'm going to do it with you. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. And we saying to ourselves, to our inner self, to our inner conscience, to our divine self. We saying to ourselves, and also to our subconscious places, and to our inner child. We saying, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And this is very healing, powerful healings, 4 words that you can use every time you want to bring cure and healing and a new energy to a painful place or something that you feel stuck in your life. And so we go on in my podcast to the right question, because I said to you, as I said in the first part, that we are putting a question as a vessel to answers, and how we say the question is really crucial. Because if we put the question as a narrow vessel, we're going to have a narrow answers. Also, how we put the question, because we know words, we have powers. Our words are very powerful in life reality creation. So we want to bring a very good sentence that will magnetize the higher self, the divine, godly answers from God, from our guardian angels, maybe from our guardian higher guidance. We have all the time. We are guided all the time, actually, and our inner voice is connected to this divine guidance. You know, so we want to have a beautiful answers from the divine, and not answers that will lower and narrow us from the ego or from the doubt or from the fears, because their answers are usually very very narrow down, very low esteem answers, and they are not giving us hope and inspiration to keep going and to bring light to the darkness of our. Sometimes we have darkness inside of us in our stories, like even sadness. It's kind of darkness, you know, when we are so sad, almost depressed. So we want the light of the inspiration to come and give us the inspiration answer, the answers that they origin from above, that can see the perspective of God perspective, that God perspective sees everything. He doesn't see only from A to B. God sees all the potentials. God sees all the story being put together to a one beautiful image, that when we are as small as we are, we can't all the time see the bigger picture. So this is why we need this other perspective that is higher than our human conscience. So the right vessel for your beautiful answer from the divine, from your inner voice that connected to the divine. The right question is, what did I learn from the story, from the experience, even though the experience was tragic or traumatic or sad or like broken, you know? So the right vessel is, how can I grow from it? How can I take all of the lessons and how can I channel it and change it, alchemist it differently to my life? How can I take the fruits from the story? Because in every story there is something to learn. There is a gift. There is a treasure hiding in our story. And I can give you my inspirational, crazy story, unbelievable story. Me was in 2008 in an earthquake. As the first years of my life, I hold the story in my heart as a very tragic story, and it was a very tragic story. When I told the story, and I told it to very few people because I couldn't handle my story in myself. I couldn't bear the story. It was too painful. It was too traumatic. And I just covered it. I hide it. I hide my story from myself. So you that saw the podcast and know my story, you can imagine yourself, me not telling the story to the world. It's such a loss because the story is such an inspiration and healing power to all of us to remind us how powerful and how connected we are to the divine, and how beautiful and strong we are, and how we love, how we help each other, how we are in this give and take energy of communication with each other, that we are not alone. We have angels here and we have angel above, and we are not alone. There is a beautiful sentence in Hebrew and also in English. Love your neighbor as yourself. In Hebrew it means ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. It's a very powerful sentence because it means that when we are in love state of mind, when we are in love vibes, we can give love to others. When we are full with love, we can influence our love outside, and we can love our neighbors as ourselves. But actually, do we know how to love ourselves? This is the main question. So in order to us to love ourselves, we need to be inspired from ourselves, from our stories. We need to see the good and inspirational part of the story, and how we learn from it, and how we develop from it, and how we grow from it, and how we reacted. I'm sure every story that you have, you can find a miracle or a light spot in it, and you can just look it up, because usually we are on automatic pilot in our life. We never stop and smell the roses, We never stop to ask ourselves questions and to longer in how we react and how we reacted, how we make through the event, just to observe. And I'm just talking about it, and look what fly on my leg. Wow, it's a beautiful butterfly. It's a mole, I think. I don't remember the word, but it means there is a spirit here that wants to give me a message. It's beautiful. I'm just talking about look how beautiful and how big. I'm just talking about Alchemist, our life story, and he's coming. Thank you for coming to visit me. So I think it's a sign, you know, from the angels and from God that that we need to be like a butterfly. We need to renew ourselves. Butterflies have this power of butterflies has the power to transforming, you know. So I think this is why the butterfly came. He wanted to give us the message that we need to. What is alchemist? Alchemist, it's like transforming, you know. It's living the part that you believe you are only a small bug, and but no, you have wings. You can go through the cocoon, go through the and grow and develop and become free and beautiful and inspirational. So this is maybe why the butterfly just came from nowhere, because my everything is closed in the room. So it's beautiful message, I think, for all of us. That yes, it's so important for us to do it. It's a really huge and healing process to become more aware and more love to ourselves, to bring more love to ourselves. We need to be more in appreciation and seeing ourselves and see how beautiful and divine and how strong we are. So take your stories and change the question: how did I grow? How did I react? How wonderful! Where can I find the aha and wow point of my behavior and my understanding? How did I react? Just a bit analyze yourself and see the light points. How did you do it and how good you did, and bring more energy and strength and visibility to the point that it's beautiful, because we live in a very judgmental and criticizal world, and we need to balance it, and even more to balance. We need to not just balance between criticizing and appreciation and inspiration ourselves with ourselves. We need to not just balance and even higher the appreciation, higher the you know, to see how beautiful we are, to be aware, the awareness to ourselves. So take a page, another page, and write: how did I grow? What did I learn? How can I use the present that I learned there and bring them to the present life that now? How can I manifest the energy that was there, and how can I channel it differently? So sit with yourself and take one story, one maybe painful situation. It could be from your childhood, it could be from any part of your life, and write down how did you react and what did you learn from it. And I gave you my life story as an example because in the few years I was all the time in the why God did you do it to me, and I was so frustrated and I was so angry at God. And it took me a few years to be so enough, strong and courageous to to look at my story from a different point of view, from a point of view that gives me the point of view of God. So I will download this question with my channel, open channel with God and the layers of godly, divine, unconditional love to all of us. So please close your eyes, take a big breath in, and I'm gonna ask from God, please, beautiful, divine, unconditional love, internal light, the creation. Please give all of the audience that watch this movie, give them the ability, give them the courage to write down their stories. Give them the beautiful, divine, godly perspective of their life story. Help them to alchemize. Help them to change their story and put in a new point of view, godly point of view, that sees from beyond the human pain, that sees the picture from a beautiful oneness, unity point of view, godly point of view. Please help them to do this beautiful process and to grow from it. To develop, to become more close and more loving to themselves and more aware to how divine and how strong and how courageous and how beautiful they are. Please, thank you, God. Thank you. תנעשה, 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 כן יהיה רצון, אמן. And please take a page and write, and I will give you my example, that my different point of view, that suddenly I saw myself from a victim of a tragic story in China. I saw myself as a hero, and it changed totally how I perceive myself, how I believe about myself, my belief set, you know, all of my belief set, all of my belief, all of how I, you know, how I look at myself, how I saw myself. It's totally changed for me. And suddenly I was a hero. I was not a victim. Suddenly I understand, wow, I had this huge present from this story. Now I'm more connected to God. So in this new perspective, now I can see how people are strong enough to help each other, how much love there is on this earth. I can know that I can rely on my intuition. I know I can trust myself and trust my guidance and trust that if I have a problem, people or angel will help me. I'm not alone. I can believe in myself, in my ability to go through very hard things. I believe in myself, you know, and I'm less scared because of it, thanks to it. There is many beautiful gifts that I learn about how strong is my body and our body as human. I learned that there is limitation to our beliefs, that we can sometimes really believe that something is impossible and then we can't reach it. But if we break the limitation of this belief from what is possible, impossible to a possible, we can create miracles in our life. Because what is a miracle? It's something we can't believe it will happen to us, and suddenly it's happening. And we can create miracles all the time. We just need to believe. We just need to see our golden point in our life and see how much gold there is there, and take this gold and carry in our heart the gold, and know that we have this gold energy inside of us that we can use anytime and be fearless. So I will be very glad and happy that you will send me how is your process. You can write me also into my mail and also in a comment on this podcast on YouTube. I love to hear how it's going on with you guys, and thank you for all the love and all the everybody write me so much. I'm so grateful for really all the reaction and comment that I got, the messages. You are beautiful, and I'm really grateful for everything. And I want you to know that I'm going to send the compassion meditation, because we need to bring the compassion energy and go through the compassion gate in our heart to know that we are a big soul in a human experience, and human experience is full with experience. It's full with right and wrong, good and bad, mistakes and succeed, failures and winning. It's full with all of it. It's beautiful layers of everything. And darkness and light, everything, yin and yang, plus and minus. So this is part of our journey that we are here. This is the part of the walking in our journey, the way. It's a part of the way. The way is full with layers and with full with challenges, and every challenge we grow more, we learn more, and understand more. We understand more of our powers, we understand more of our beliefs, we understand ourselves more, and as we learn ourselves more, we learn God, because we are the creation of God. We are part of God. God is us, and we are God, but in a small version of it, but still strong enough and beautiful enough and divine enough and inspiration enough. So we need to get reconnected to our godly parts, and for order to us to connect, we need to see it, we need to acknowledge it, we need to be aware of it. So bring awareness to your beautiful divine power in all of your crises, and learn what did you learn from the process, from the journey, and have a great day. And we will bring compassion to all of us that still having this difficulty, because we are all the same, yes, with letting go the judgmental, because compassion is a cure for judgmental. Compassion is a cure for criticizing, from feeling blame even shy. We need to bring compassion. So this will be the next part, how to bring compassion. And another one, the third part, it's about gratitude. So I will keep telling you about the third part, but the part between part 2 and part 3 is compassion. In order to us to go and grow to part 3, to the gratitude layer, we need to go through the gate of compassion. Okay, so see you in the next movie.